What's up? What's up? What's up, man? Listen. This is a spur of the moment thing, real quick. I'm supposed to be scheduled to come on here at 12:05. It's a last minute thing. I like spontaneity. I like being spontaneous. I like that, man. I like that. It allows you to keep your edge. It allows you to become more creative. So the title of this, first of all, before I get into it, you are now in the no judgment zone with yours truly, Sean Taylor. Just pretty much speaking on topics with no judgments. Again, you can have whatever opinion you want to have. You can judge whatever you want to judge. I'm not going to get out of my masculinity to argue with you. I'm not jumping out of my masculinity to debate with you. I'm not jumping out of my masculinity to do the back and forth with you. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not arguing. I'm not doing that. This is the no judgment zone, discussing topics with no judgments. Again, discussing topics with no judgments. So for all the places that I'm streaming, my personal Facebook page, my business Facebook page, Tailor Made Training for You, for Imperfect Non-Judgmental People, the private group I created in remembrance of my mom, Gwen's Boys Mindset, in remembrance of my mom, my YouTube channel, Gwen's Boys Mindset, Twitter, Twitch, to all the places that I'm streaming. Good, I would say afternoon, because it's 3 minutes after 12. You are now in the no judgment zone with me, Sean Taylor. So the title of the subject is "Looks Ain't Good, Looks Ain't Enough." Where I've been, this has been on my mind for a couple of days because the first time it popped in my mind, I had a dream. I had a dream about my mother. We were having a conversation. It was an old conversation. I had to be about 28 years old. We was having a conversation. This is back in my conceited, vain, arrogant, ways. If the toenails weren't perfect, I wouldn't want to mess with them. So we were having a conversation, and she said, and my mom said this to me. She said, Sean, yes, you have busted your butt to get your body to where it is. You're making money now, son. You're educated. You're traveling the world. You're doing what you want to do now. You know what I'm saying? You came from nothing. You came from holy shoes, same clothes. Now you got a different pair of shoes to wear for each day of the week, 365 days a year. Yes, Sean, you look good. Yes, son, you work out 5 days a week. You look great. You're 28 years old. You're looking good. Your body went from nothing to something. Yes. But she said, let me tell you something, boy. Them looks ain't good enough. Looks ain't enough. Looks ain't enough. And so I'm 53 right now, and I'm thinking about my 28-year-old self. That arrogant, conceited, cocky, I'm all that. If you don't look perfect, we can't even talk. I don't want to be seen in the public talking to you. If you can't weigh more than me. All these things. You see what I'm saying? So looks, when Gwen told me looks ain't enough, it didn't dawn in my. She said, you know what? You 28. You ain't gonna get or comprehend what I'm saying. She said, but as you get older, once you start getting in them late 30s and them 40s, you're gonna see looks ain't enough. She said, well, let's just take let's just rewind your little bit, your 28-year life. She said, all the trophies that you've had, where they at? She said, you got a lot of trophies. She said, son, I'm not going. She said, you have dated some of the most beautiful women in the world that I've ever seen. She said, but I've always told you, there is more to a woman than what she looks like. She broke down substance. She said, a woman of substance is like being on an island by yourself. She said, a woman of no substance is like you with a dead body. A woman of no substance ain't gonna think about you intellectually, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. A woman of no substance, you gonna get bored with, Sean. Why? Because you are very intelligent. And once you get past her looks, what else is there? She said a man who's just good looking and have no substance behind him. After you get past his looks, what else is there? She said, and she broke down substance. And I know you got dummies who think that substance has to do with monetary. She said, baby, substance ain't got a daggum thing to do with a dollar. Something that you dummies always miss. Substance has nothing to do with money. Substance has nothing to do with materialistic. Substance has everything to do with the mindset of a person. That's what substance has to deal with. Substance has to do with how are they going to treat you? How that person treats you, do you not understand it comes from a derived place of the mental? And if this is jacked up, they gonna treat you jacked up. If this is jacked up, they gonna talk to you jacked up. If this is jacked up, they gonna be selfish. If this is jacked up, it ain't nothing about you. It's everything got to do with them. And it goes on both ends. See, I don't have no respect of person. Because I've said it once, twice, 3 times. Men messing up, women messing up. Both parties are messing up. Period. And looks at the end of the day is not enough. She said, baby, think about it. You have traveled abroad. You have dated Swedish, European, German, French, women from Paris, Italians, Dominican, Filipino, Chinese, Japanese. You have dated internationally, which most dudes probably won't even date an international chick now, probably once in their life. You have dated, you've had all that. Drop dead gorgeous women, so pretty that men have walked up to you in nightclubs and be like, man, you got the baddest chick in here. One thing I can't lie on, I can't lie about women and I can't lie on my penis. I'm not going to do that. People that know me can tell you what the resume is like, baby. I ain't got to lie about what I've been with and what I've actually had. But she told me something. She said, baby, you've had a lot of beautiful trophies just sitting up on the shelf. Kind of like this stuff I got up, all this Asian culture I got up here, and football memorabilia up here, just trophies sitting on the shelf. But at the end of the day, if that man that's good looking has no substance, if that woman who is drop dead gorgeous has no substance, you theoretically, son, don't have a damn thing. Looks ain't enough. Looks never will be enough. If you ever see me out with somebody average, that average person that you laughing at, talking about whatever, that person is a female of substance. From 28 to 53, your mindset, if your mindset don't change from your 20s to your late 40s and early 50s, man, you need some serious counseling. You need some mental maturity, and you need to grow the hell up. Yeah, you know what? It took me to my 40s to get out of that. Oh, she had to be drop dead gorgeous from head to toe. Her toes had to match. She had to have the perfect hands. She had to have the perfect height. She had to be this. She had to be that. She couldn't have a droopy butt. She couldn't have droopy teeth. I mean, I had all these things that I had to fight through. And I realized at the end of the day, the quality woman that I let go was my biggest mistakes. The ones I allowed to stick around and I stuck around was my biggest mistake as well. Never thought about a woman of substance until I turned 50. That's when I really started thinking about substance. The conversation that I had with my mom at 20-something years old. And she would not fuss at me, yell at me and whatever. I would bring her to meet I would take somebody to meet her. And one day she stepped to the side. She said, Sean, son, are you going to bring somebody to me that's not light skinned, got hair past their behinds and all this other stuff, are you gonna bring somebody who's just average? And I talked about this before, and I said, what do you mean? She said, son, these women are perfect in looks from head to toe, bodies just perfect. And she said, when you bring these ladies to me, these young ladies, and I'm looking at them, she said, I'm sizing them up, and I said, she said, one thing this dude gonna do, he gonna have a good looking chick on his side. She said, Sean, there is more to a woman than her body and her looks. And she said, son, I'm not trying to tell you to go and date somebody who looked like a cockroach. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is there is more to a woman than her outside appearance. She said, you bring these women who are just perfect in looks. She said, son, how are they mindsets? In my 28-year-old mind, I didn't give a damn about how their mindsets was. I just didn't want to be caught slipping with something that was average looking or basic. That's just where my mindset was. My mindset was, I work out 5 days a week. My body look good. Her body gonna have to match. We gotta look. It's gotta make sense. I'm worried about what my brothers was thinking, my boys or whatever, because I had the reputation of always having the baddest chick. If Dr. Julius Demps was on here, he would be a spokesperson, be like, I done seen him from high school all the way to now. And can attest, that brother don't play when it comes to chicks he's gonna see. He don't play. Once I got older, once I got in my 40s, that's when I really started to really see and look back on. And then me and my mother had another conversation at 40. She said, are you learning yet about all them trophies? She said, Sean, we had the same conversation when you was 28 years old. Now you 40. You still just ain't got nothing but trophies on the shelf. She said, Sean, where's all those trophies? She said, son, there's a reason why them trophies are on a case, on a shelf somewhere. There's a reason. Half of it may be your fault. Half of it may be theirs. But son, when you are intelligent, after you get past them faces, they gonna bore you. Which was right. She said, because you're a deep mental person. I'm not saying because a person's not deep mentally that they're stupid, but you have a certain deep level of intelligence that you will get bored with the basic minded individual. Which was right. I hated to agree with her on that fact, because she was right. She was always right, but she was dead on when it comes to that. She said, you and a basic minded chick ain't never gonna last. You never was, because she has no substance. When you see that, man, she talked just like everybody else. She act like just like everybody else. She followed trends just like everybody else. She moved just like everybody else. She gives up just like on everybody else. She don't fight like everybody, just like everybody else. She's selfish as hell, just like everybody else. It's always about her, just like everybody else. She said, you are never going to settle down with no woman like that. And she was right. So I had to learn that there's difference in people of substance and people of no substance. Some people are living and dying by the way they look. And once you get past that, ain't nothing else. Nothing. She said, baby, you done had everything of the rainbow. You've had all the flavors in Baskin Robbins. She said, baby, you have really lived a life that most men could possibly even dream of when it comes to dealing with the interactions of gorgeous, beautiful women. You've had some beautiful women of all nationalities. But there's got to be more to a woman than the way she looks. If she has no substance, you and her are not going to work. See, my mother knew me better than I knew myself. Of course, she carried me for 9 months. She knew at an early age that he was quiet. She found out Sean don't have a problem with being alone. Sean pretty much loves being by himself. Sean will go to the movies by himself. He'll go to a restaurant by himself. He don't care. You know why, Sean? Because I raised you to learn how to be self-sufficient and to be comfortable in your own skin to do things by yourself. See, when you can't do things by yourself, you're not mentally in tune with yourself. That means you live off of doing everything with somebody. You can't even enjoy or be in love with your own one-on-one time with yourself. And you don't mind being alone, Sean. You've always been that way. She said, I will pick you up from school sometimes, and all the kids will be playing over here. You over there in the corner playing with your little toys by yourself. And you know why I see that at? Who I see that in? I see that in my daughter. People with beautiful minds can entertain themselves and be perfectly at peace with it. They don't have no problem being with them by themselves. They don't have no problem entertaining themselves. They'll sit and watch TV and watch a comedy show and laugh by themselves like they're in a room with 20 people or whatever the case may be. They don't live off of the support of the masses. They don't have to feel like they got to be around a whole bunch of people to have a sense of self or belonging. I'm not saying being around people ain't a good thing. It's a great thing. I love being around people when I want to be around people. But when I don't want to be around people, that's not going to fare so well. I'm going to be quiet. Somebody go, oh, what's wrong with you? Every time you're quiet, somebody think that something's wrong with you. No, I'm just not one of them people who just be talking out my ass 24/7. I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got nothing to say. When I got something to say, I'm going to say it. That's just it. But you got some people who just talk. My grandma had a saying, she said, people who talk all the time, they lying about something. So looks ain't enough. So if somebody ever sees me with somebody who I'm not accustomed to being with, they don't have the perfect bodies or the perfect face or hair dripping down their ass, all that means is that a brother is older, a brother is wiser, and a brother is realizing, and a brother has rewind his life and have studied each person that I was with in the looks department. And then what did they have behind those looks that was something of substance? That's why you're not with them. And when they really pull back the mask and really show you who they are, and you know they ain't a person of substance, then you really know what you got. Oh, you just like everybody else out there. Okay, I'm glad I saw that. You fooled me for a while, but you just like everybody else. See, a person of substance is going to challenge your way of thinking. A person of substance is always every move they make is coming from a mental place. It's always a mental place for positivity. It's a mental place to have you look at something different. It's a mental place that's going to challenge your way of thinking. It's a mental place that's going to have you to mentally level up. It's a mental place where they're going to be teaching you something that no one has ever taught you before. They're going to make you feel something that no one has ever made you feel before. They're going to challenge you in ways that you don't even like to be challenged, but it's the way that they are challenging you that's causing you to be uncomfortable, that's going to cause you to level up. It's going to make you a better man, and it's going to make you a better woman. That's what a woman of substance brings to the table, and what a man of the substance brings to the table. They bring a substantial amount of learning for you, so you can become a better man, so you can become a better woman. See, looks ain't enough. I remember when I used to hear people say, oh, you're so good looking, oh, you're so fine, oh, you're so good looking, oh, you're so fine, oh, you're so good looking, oh, you're so fine, oh, you're so good looking, oh, you're so fine, you're fine, so you're good looking, no, 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 no. When you get to about 40 something years old, you be like, God damn, I've heard that shit for years. I mean, it really doesn't move you. You're flattered. It feels nice to hear, but it's not moving you in a way. See, what moves me is something that challenges my thinking. There's nothing wrong with a woman having a beautiful face, but a woman with a beautiful mind will touch places in your soul that you can even fathom, baby. That's a difference. Brother, if you date, see, here's the thing. I tell people all the time, please don't get misconstrued if you see me with somebody that you never accustomed. Don't ever think that I can't get what I want when I want it, because I can show you way better than I can tell you. You need to go back in the archives and check out the resume. I can tell you and show you way. Please don't thank you. Please don't think that it's bothering me. I could take your friend away from you if I wanted to. Your sister, I could. There's things that's inside this brother that I could do. You'd be like, what in? See, if I want to do a thing, see, it ain't got nothing to do with hope. It's got everything to do with confidence. It's got everything to do with what has been already been done and what's already been proven. See, if I wanted any person that I want, if I really wanted, I would just go get it. And if I'm not going to get it, that basically is telling you I don't want it. And there's something about that individual that's causing me not to even want them whatsoever. See, once you get deep into this mental shit, you can comprehend what I'm saying. But if you're not deep mentally, if you're not an intellectually deep person anyway, everything I'm saying, baby, is going to go right over your head, and you ain't going to comprehend it or fathom it anyway. Looks ain't enough, because at some point, looks are going to start to change. Looks are going to start to fade. Things are going to go on, is going to start to go south. Not at a fast rate. You can still take care of yourself and work out, you know. But not all things in life remains the same. See, substance, like I said, has nothing to do with money, and it has nothing to do with possessions, and it has nothing to do with materialism or materialistic things. This right here, my mom and my grandma say two dummies can't help nobody do nothing. And if you got a smart individual and that person's kind of dumb, you know, you that's almost like a 70% chance it won't make it and a 30% chance that it will. But when you got somebody who's on your even plane mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, baby, you got a new thing. When you got somebody who can say something to you and make love to you mentally without even physically touching you, and you feel that shit, now you got some. See, a lot of y'all will never even experience that. And a lot of y'all dummies have had that and let that go. Now you with basic. I posted something on TikTok. I'm going to post it after this. And that shit is deep. But that mindset stuff, man, the thing about this mental stuff is deeper than you can imagine. But you got to be willing to go on that path of deepness to understand what substance really looks like, feels like, sounds like, lives like, loves like, talks like, and acts like. When you stop looking from here and start looking from the soul, you will understand the deep stuff that I'm talking about right now. And you will really find out that looks ain't enough. I've dated plenty, been married, dated, been in long relationships with some gorgeous people. I mean, beautiful people. Beautiful people, so pretty that you just looking at them at night. Like, God dang, she's so beautiful. You looking at her, she talking to you, and you lost in her looks. You ain't heard a damn thing that she said. She's so gorgeous. You are drowning in their looks, and you ain't hearing nothing that they saying because you so intoxicated by the looks of that person, whether it's a man or a woman. You are drowning in the attractiveness of their looks. And you miss the biggest, most important part about them. How are they mindsets? Looks ain't enough. How are their mindsets? Not the representative mindset that they bring to you day one. 6 months, a year, 2 down. How are they mindset? Because you can only hide who you are for so long. And then that true you that's get like, I'm so tired of pretending. Ninja, this is who I am. I'm effed up from the word go. I'm a compulsive liar. I manipulate men. I manipulate women. I cheat on men. I cheat on women. I got women on all sides of town. I got all this going on. I'm a liar. This is who I am. I'm not perfect. I'm messed up. I don't know how to keep a home as a woman. I don't know how to bring peace to a man. I don't know how to bring peace to a woman. I don't know how to I don't know how to be a leader. See, when the person gets tired of pretending of who they are, they finally can let that wait. Now when you see them, it's like a beautiful vampire that finally shows you their true face. And they look like a cockroach and a mosquito had a baby. They look disgusting. Now you really got to make a choice. Now you're back against the wall. Now you got to make a decision. Why do I really want to be with this person? Now that they've showed you their true self, it changes the whole dynamics of the game. See, looks ain't enough. Looks going to get your attention. What I realized as I got older, that looks are always going to get Sean's attention, but looks won't sustain my attention. Nice body going to get my attention, but that nice body ain't going to sustain my attention. What's going to hold it together, my attention, is how they speak from their minds to me. How they genuinely, I'm talking about genuinely, wholeheartedly, truthfully care about my well-being. How they fight for me when I ain't even trying to fight for myself. How they fighting for us when I'm so caught up into my bullshit that I ain't even trying to fight for us myself. Her mindset is always going to show me how she really feels about me. Her mindset is always going to show me how she truly, deeply, wholeheartedly, genuinely loves me. Her mindset is really going to reveal that heifer, hoes, hee-haws, and hula-hoos are very 100% selfish, but was pretending all this time to be selfless. Now, that goes both ways. Ladies, same thing when it comes to these dudes. Don't be so captivated in a person's body and their face that you miss the bigger picture of how their mentals are. Because how that person's mental is going to determine everything that happens in that partnership, relationship, that one-ship, that situationship, whatever you in. Because a lot of y'all ain't in partnerships. Majority of y'all aren't. The partnership is the real shit. That's the creme de la creme. That's the mountaintop. That's the pinnacle. That's where you want to be. Some of y'all are in relationships. And relationships is dud as hell. Ain't nothing. They lifeless. You in a situationship. You don't know what it is. It's almost like, hey, well, you know, your relationship status is complicated. That's a damn situationship. Or you in a one-ship. That means you all on the island by yourself, doing everything by your own, even working on your mental by yourself. A lot of y'all will never experience what a real true partnership is. You will run off a person who's trying to be a partner to you because you're too caught up into yourself. Like I said, looks ain't enough. You laugh at me, pick at me, and whatever. If you ever see me with somebody just average looking you, guess what? I guarantee you this. A brother ain't got a worry in the world. Treat a brother like a king. Never gets tired of it. I ain't got to ask for nothing. I ain't got to ask for sex. Her attitude ain't going to be 7 different attitudes. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't know what I'm going to get on whatever day. She don't mind cooking for me. She don't mind bringing my food to me. She don't mind my children. She don't mind listening to me as I talk about my visions and my dreams and my aspirations and my goals. And she says, you know what, baby, I want to be a part of that. She don't mind helping a brother because she knows that if I'm trying to get to that wife realm, my job is going to be, I got to be a helpmeet to him anyway. So I'm got to be a helper to him anyway. I just can't pretend like, oh, well, once I get married, then I'm going to start being a helper. Whatever you do in whatever you're doing before you get married, that's what your dud ass going to be doing when you get married. So we can cut the bullshit. We can cut it. Because if you're not practicing what to do before you get married, you ain't going to all of a sudden, dun, 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 dun. I mean, all of a sudden when the wedding bells are ringing and you're walking down with your dress and you jump in a broom, all of a sudden that day, now all of a sudden you're going to be wife material. No, you're supposed to be wife material, dummy, before that even happens. That's how you get there. But when you show your hand, that ain't who you are. Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, glad I missed that book. So my whole thing about that is you got to really understand that looks ain't enough. They ain't enough. They never will be enough. Because if that person has no substance to them, bruh, you ain't got nothing. Since you ain't got nothing. You just by yourself with a body. That's about it. That's all you got. You with yourself and you got a body. That's about it. There's no deep intellectual conversations just laying in the bed for an hour or two just talking about nothing. Sitting around the house just talking about nothing. You at the dinner table at a restaurant, she on the phone, you on the phone. That's a relationship of no substance. There's no affection when you go on public outings. People don't even know you together. The only way they can kind of detect that you together because you're standing by each other. You're not touching a hand. You're not touching him. He ain't touching you. You ain't smooching. You ain't doing nothing. There's no affection that shows that you are together, but y'all are standing next to each other. So if you want to settle for basic love, there's plenty of it out there. Throw a pebble. You can find it from anybody. But if you want something extraordinary, if you want something phenomenal, if you want some mind-blowing stuff, it comes from the mental part of every individual. If that person don't know how to communicate, how is that supposed to work? How's that supposed to work? If you can't sit in the bed for an hour or two and just shoot the shit with your girl like she one of the homies, and y'all laughing and talking, and then y'all go from shooting the shit, making jokes, and then y'all get on this intelligent path of conversation, and then y'all get on another conversation, and then y'all get on another conversation. Before you know it, y'all done been in the bed just sitting there, just having a conversation for 3 hours. Baby, that's next level shit. Something that a lot of y'all will not ever experience. You know why? Because you're looking for the wrong thing opposed to looking for the right thing. If you got anybody trying to challenge you mentally, ladies, if you got a man that's trying to challenge you mentally, you better hold on to that joker like a vice grip. Fellas, if you got a woman that's challenging you mentally, hold on to that woman with a vice grip. And we're not talking about challenging you mentally in a negative way. We're talking about challenging you mentally in a loving, positive, uplifting, encouraging way. She challenged you in such a beautiful place mentally that it makes you feel like Superman and you want to move the earth for her. And some of us, brothers, we get the wrong woman and we play Superman and we want to move the earth for her, and her dud ass don't even appreciate it. Send her punk ass right back to the community and let her get everything that she deserves, because that's exactly what she's going to get. Because she don't even honor you. She ain't even woman enough to even have you. Let her go back to the little boys that she's accustomed to. She ain't ready for no real man. Sisters, same thing with his dud ass. Send his ass right back to the community because he a little boy. He ain't ready for no real woman. He ain't even gonna appreciate it. Let me tell you something, ladies. A real man gonna let you know that you're beautiful every day. Makeup, no makeup. Good clothes, no clothes. Droopy clothes, whatever. Heavy, not heavy. He gonna let you know you're beautiful anyway, because your beauty just don't come from your looks. Your beauty comes from your substance that he sees, that he recognizes, that he acknowledges. He sees the substance in you, even when you can't see it yourself. And he appreciates that. When he's calling you beautiful, he's talking about the substance of you. When he's calling you beautiful, he's talking about the mental mindset of you. When he's calling you beautiful, he's talking about the deep, dope conversations that y'all had just laying in bed, just sitting talking for the hour or two in bed. When he's calling you beautiful every day, he's just not calling you beautiful from the physical realm. He's calling you beautiful from the emotional realm, from the intellectual realm, from the psychological realm, from the mental realm. He's calling you beautiful because you have a beautiful mind. Beautiful minds appreciate beautiful minds. Dumb minds will never appreciate a beautiful mind. They don't even know what to do with a beautiful mind because they too dumb. They too basic. They too average. They're the ones calling you bruh, and you supposed to be her man. What kind of grown-ass woman is calling her man bruh? See, that's society shit. Don't get no woman who is led by society shit, bro, because you ain't got nothing special. You just got mediocre type shit. See, real women, they move different, they talk different, they act different, they love different, they fighters, they gladiators, they warriors. They don't give up their man and set him up on the silver platter like he's nothing to them. They don't do that. They don't side with other chicks against him. She has the mentality that it is me and you Negro against the world, 24/7, 365 days a year. That's a real woman. And that's a real man. He ain't trying to change you. When you shining, he sit back like a fan and lets you shine, baby. He lets you stay glowed up, baby. You feel me? That's a real man. He ain't jealous of your shine. When you successful, he is elated. When you hurt, he feels it. When you going through something, he feels it. When you're not your happiest, he feels it. He just wants to make you feel better. Do something, whatever he's got to do. Because you know what? He cares about you. And he knows you are a woman of substance. Ladies, never let go of a man of substance. If you have made the mistake to let go of a man of substance, if he ain't got nobody, if he ain't married nobody, go get him. Go fight for him. Fellas, and listen, man, damn your pride and egos. It's a setup, and it's gonna make you look stupid every time. Fellas, if you had a woman of substance and you let her go, if she ain't married nobody, go get her, bro. go fight for her. We all make mistakes. We all lose sight of some things sometimes, and that's okay. I've done it. You all have done it. We've all have done it. But once that dust settles and we realize the mistake that we made, okay, you still have a chance. Now, once they get that ring on their finger, now you're gonna be asked out. But if they ain't married, you better go get that person of substance, because that's the person that the big man sent to change things in your life. But you have been through so much turmoil, so much trauma, so much bad stuff. You got trust issues, whatever it is. But never be that dumb to let go of a person of substance who cared about you even when you were difficult to care about. When you show difficult, when people are trying to love you through your difficult, how difficult and how nasty and how rude and how mean and how arrogant and how selfish you are, you got a person of substance who's trying to love you through your bullshit. Don't be that dumb. Don't be that arrogant and think that you're going to find a person of substance tomorrow. That's not in 2022. All these selfish mofos, you think you're going to find a person of substance tomorrow? You got a person of substance. Don't be dumb. Don't let your pride set you up. Don't let your ego set you up. Don't let a mistake that they did or said set you up, because nobody is perfect and nobody walks on water. You have hurt them, and I'm sure they have hurt you. But don't be so dumb to let go of your good thing of substance, all because of pride and ego. Looks are not enough, people. Looks ain't enough. Always remember, there's more to a man than his looks, and there's more to a woman than his looks. Now, if they ain't got nothing past them looks, man, you have no person of substance. It's hard to build with anyone who has no mental substance. And again, people, do not get it misconstrued. Substance has nothing to do with money. Substance has nothing to do with materialistic things or possessions. Substance is this. If you can't have a long duration of conversation with this person, that you both get so lost and entangled in the conversation, it's so mentally dope that you forget where you are, that y'all are making love mentally and y'all ain't even touched or kissed or had any sexual type relations, no penetration, none of that stuff. You got something special. Never let that go. Like Gwen said, Sean, you got plenty of trophies on the shelves. Beautiful trophies. They all got dust on them right now. But where are they? Baby, my mom told me this a couple of years ago before she passed. She said, baby, you're not like the average dude. Average men don't talk about deep stuff that you talk about. Above average men talk about deep stuff. Stuff that make you just challenge everything that you've ever thought about. An above average man talks about deep stuff. He can say something to a woman and she feels that. She literally feels his words penetrating her soul. That's a man of substance. He may be complex. He may be hard. Some people may depict him as a dick. But you get in a deep conversation with that dude, you will forget where the hell you are. That's the man you don't never want to let go. Because this right here, it will take you on a trip anywhere around the world that you want to go. Brother, same for you. You get in a conversation with a woman so deep that you forget where you are, brother, don't never let her go. Don't ever let her go. The most attractive thing in my book with women is intelligence. I ain't talking about education intelligence. I'm talking about life intelligence, stuff that just takes me on a trip. You know, I done been to school. I mean, okay, all right. But I'm talking about something that takes me on a trip till I forget where I'm at. We making a love back and forth mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, soulfully. And it ain't got nothing to do with the physical whatsoever. That's a woman or man of substance. Like I said, looks ain't enough. That's your biggest mistakes. Looks ain't enough. And I've had some beautiful, gorgeous women in my life. Lord knows I have. But majority of them ain't got nothing past them looks. Not a damn thing. No mental substance whatsoever. I can count on one hand the females that I've met in my lifetime that's had something past their beauty that was on a mental substance type level. And that's fucking sad. But that lets you know where the grand scheme of things in the world really works. A deep mental person is a life-changing person because they're gonna be different than anything. And then if you lose them, you're gonna be on a constant hunt for an undying hunger that will never ever be satisfied because you had it. Now you got that hunger that is never going to be satisfied. You let that go, bruh. You let that go, sis. Now you're on a hunt, and that hunger ain't gonna be satisfied. It ain't gonna be satisfied. It's not. Don't let your pride, don't let your ego trip you up, man, because it will. Listen, man, looks ain't enough, man. But like I always say, listen, I'll start judging people once I'm perfect too. But since his brother is no danger of becoming perfect, you will never, ever, ever have to worry about me ever judging you. Looks ain't enough. It's all about the mental substance. I'll catch you guys on the flip, man. Check out me and Brandon. I think we're doing our podcast tomorrow on his show around 11:30, man. I hope somebody got something out of this, man. Remember, looks ain't enough. You can't build off looks. Looks ain't gonna hold you at night. Looks ain't gonna ask you how your mental is doing. Looks ain't gonna be there for you mentally, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, soulfully. Looks ain't gonna do nothing for you. Looks ain't gonna be in that foxhole with you. Looks will abandon you. Looks will turn its back on you. Looks will side with others against you. Looks are extremely immature when it comes to rectifying problems and issues. Looks don't even communicate. There's more to a man or woman just besides a handsome face and a pretty face. But I digress, man. Live your life how you want to live it. Think, say whatever you want to think, say, and do whatever. It's your choice, man. It's up to you, man. Listen. Hey, man, intelligence never gets offended by facts. And this was a factual conversation that we had between me and you. Y'all be safe, man. I'll catch you guys on the flip. Peace.